Control Alt No Man's Sky. Virtual reality. SS April PVD.
And Grand Haggis, you wake up on the planet.
I am on that planet. And I just love this game. And I hope you will feel the same.
Item received.
Hello and welcome to Control Alt WoW No Man's Sky. Today is Tuesday, March 10th, 2026, and this is episode 861 entitled Living the Project Hail Mary Lifestyle. I'm April PVD, and with me is Big G. Hi, Big G. How are you?
I'm going well this week. Thanks for asking.
Good. And Grand Negus. Hello, Grand Negus.
Hi, April. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. The temperature's warmed up. We got up to 65, which is I can't figure it out right now. But it's really weird because we still have snow on the ground. 17 for you guys. And we still have snow on the ground, so it's so weird. But I've gotten a lot of play, and I'm very excited because Monday I get to preview an early IMAX version of Project Hail Mary. Have you guys been familiar with that or read the book or followed any of the trailers?
I just brought the audio book. I haven't started listening to it yet, and I watched the trailer with that little rock person in the plastic-looking ball.
Yes, Rocky. The audiobook is so good. And in the movie, it's Ryan Gosling, which he actually, when you look at the trailer, it actually looks really true to the book. So I'm excited about it. But the reason why I mention it in the show title is that I will never get to go to another planet in my lifetime. But on No Man's Sky, I'm able to stand on what feels like another planet and haul trash around. It's really wonderful. So, Grand Negus, you've got to do some No Man's Sky. Would you want to tell us what's been going on with you?
Sure, I can do that. Yeah, I've been hauling trash too, as most of us have these past few weeks since the expedition started, and
Expedition 21 Remnant.
Yep, exactly. Yeah, so I got and to stay with the exocraft, I finished doing the Nautilon quest chain now.
Oh.
So
That's
I never
underwater.
Yeah. So I got a quest from, I can't even remember if it was the normal quest or if it was some anomaly. I think it was initially it was the anomaly weekly quest that asked me to make a underwater settlement or base. And I thought, I might as well go and unlock the Nautilon and do it all in one go. So that's what I did. And I did all the questing and the looking for the crew and all that stuff. Not going to spoil anything. It's a really, really interesting story.
But I do want to give one spoiler.
Oh?
Well, because it's really important, and boggled me and made it hard for me to complete the whole. It made me abandon the storyline. The one thing is that when you use the sonar to find the next step, you don't have to use the underwater thing to get to it. You can get out of that, go to your ship, and then fly to that other point. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, sure. Yeah, that's what I did too.
Right, because I was trying to get to the other point underwater, and it said like 2 days or
Yep. Yeah. Exactly.
9
Yeah,
hours. And I was like, no
Yeah.
way.
Yeah.
So that's just my little tip. But it's interesting. And
Sorry, go
the
ahead.
underwater is really nice. You really feel like Jacques Cousteau, as it were. Mm.
Yeah. So make sure that you get your aquajets installed on your starship
Right.
before you do the.
Or you could use your Corvette and just beam up and down.
Yeah, you can do that too. But still, aquajets are really handy.
Yes.
So, I'm still going strong in finding all the fauna on planets. It's just so satisfying when you find the final one, and so frustrating when you have to find that last underground one, and you can't, for the life of you, find the right cave where it's located. Can be so frustrating. But yeah, so in the progress of the Nautilon quest chain, I found my first Endless Seas planet. And obviously that requires the autophage quest line to be completed.
Right.
Because that, if I remember correctly, Endless Seas are only in purple star systems. And purple star systems you can only get to when you do the autophage. So all that is all tied together. So yeah, I finished the Minotaur quest chain as well.
Ooh.
So I have my little combat friend with me now.
Your own personal battle bot.
Yep, exactly. It's really nice when you fight sentinels to have that thing help you out. So yeah, it's again something that you don't take in. You can't predict before you do it what all the advantages are that you get to have with the different exocraft. I really like both the Minotaur and the Nautilon. Make sure that you install the item that lets you call your exocraft directly. So you don't have to build the platform each time. I can't remember what it's called at the moment, but there is the item. I think it's in your
GeoBay.
No. You have the item in the tech in your exosuit.
Oh, you're right, yes.
Yeah,
That you get from the anomaly.
Yeah, that you get the blueprint from the anomaly exactly, and then you can call your exocrafts, all the ones that you unlocked, that you've built, anywhere. You don't need to make the platform to call them. You can just use the sub menu, and then as if you just the same way you summon your starship,
Right.
you can summon your exocraft in exactly the same way. You don't need a landing platform to summon your starship either. So yeah, that has it's something that I found out the last few weeks as well. Yeah, I saw this video, this on video, on a video a couple of weeks ago now, and I thought I wanted to talk about this. So if you want an extra powerful mining laser, you can have it. All you got to do is get a Sentinel multi-tool. And a Sentinel multi-tool has a separate and unique mining laser. Same as a Sentinel ship has unique and yet similar components like shields and engines and whatnot. They're not called engines or shields, they're called something special because they are on a Sentinel ship.
Right.
And the same way, the same thing goes for Sentinel multi-tools. They have a mining laser. It's just called something else.
It's called runic. It's a runic.
So if you then go ahead and build and install a regular mining laser into that Sentinel multi-tool, you basically, how shall I put this? You get a super laser. We want to call it that. So numbers-wise, when you start out with a normal multi-tool, you are roughly starting out with 40 DPS, roughly. And then it builds up, and after 30 seconds-ish, it overheats, regardless. When you have the double mining laser setup on a Sentinel multi-tool, you don't start with 40 DPS, you start with, in my case, 375 DPS. So that's 9 times as much DPS from the first second on. Sometimes when it's a little smaller item, it goes down to 280, or it starts at 280, but that's still way higher than 40. And you can mine continuously for minutes, literally 4, 5, 6 minutes.
Right, it has
without
a
it
lower
overheating.
it has a lower cool or overheating thing. It's called a runic lens.
Yep. Yeah. So that is something if you want to get some insane power out of your for your mining, then that is how you do it. Be aware, though, that that only goes for the regular mining laser. The terrain manipulator laser is not affected by that. Because that, again, is a totally separate tech item. The only thing that works there with doubling up is the standard mining laser. You can upgrade it with other items as well, but the doubling up of adding an additional tech module of the same kind only works with the mining laser. So there is that. And as I said, I did the autophage question. I started my autophage settlement. So I have 3 settlements running now.
Ooh.
I don't know if when I want to get a 4th. I'm just going to keep the 4th slot, so to speak, open. For now, you never know what gets introduced later. And I have plenty to do with the 3 current ones. One is at S class already.
Ooh, nice.
The other one is at A class, and the autophage I think is at B at the moment overall. So, and the first, I can't remember which of the 3 has maxed out on the landing platforms now, landing pads at 3. I don't know. I haven't done a research on which buildings are preferable, which ones you should avoid doubling up on and stuff like that. So I don't know what a launch pad is good for. I would assume it's kind of maybe trade and economics, but I don't know. I would assume that if you have, the more landing pads you have, the more people can come and visit.
Right.
And trade. I haven't. One thing I need to look into as well is how I start whatever my squadron that defends my settlement. I've heard that that there is a way to manage the pilots. But I haven't found anything remotely looking like a management UI for the pilots that defend my settlement. Because every time I get attacked by raiders, I have to go up into the air and shoot down the pirates. So yeah, that's something that I have to look into eventually as well. And then another reason why I took the opportunity that was presented to me with regards to the underwater world issue was that I needed is it lithium for the lithium and helium. I think I needed
Yeah,
for
crystallized.
upgrading for the settlements, and one of them is only available on water worlds.
Right.
So I had to get that eventually. So I thought, yeah, might as well do it now. Helium is gas giants, I believe, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, and those are in purple star systems as well. So, yeah. I wonder if we're going to see more colored uh, hyperdrives and what they are going to be. We have
That's
blue, we
interesting.
have blue, green, red, and purple so far, right? Blue, green, red, and purple. Yeah, I think those are the ones that we have so far. Yellow is normal, is standard. So that's about it at the moment. But yeah, I think that's basically been it for me for these past 2 weeks. Obviously, I've been focusing more on Final Fantasy XIV these past 2 days since we got the plot, the housing plot. So
But now you can relax.
now I can relax with regards to that. Yeah. Now it's just getting the setup right for the submarine, and then basically make all the money that we can.
Right. It's all about the grind.
It's all about the grind, yeah. Yeah, that's been it for me. What have you been doing in No Man's Sky, Brilliant?
Oh my gosh. I have been just having so much fun. First of all, I want to talk about what I mentioned the last episode about the strap that I changed. And I have to say, I don't know if you can see, but I'm really no longer having the bare spots. I mean, I'm not completely filled in because I do have issues with my hair, but I do think that the Bobo VR headset was actually causing a little bit of damage, and partially that was my fault because I spent a lot of time in VR. I'm spending anywhere from 4 to 6 hours a day in VR, every day. So yeah, there was that. We did some work on Corvettes, and that was fun. We kind of worked around trying the different ways of setting up Corvettes, and it was fun to be in game with you and talking to you with the while we were streaming. Then I spent a day on April PVD doing all the waste runs, and I built mini bases at the plants, and I built roads between the plants and the heaps. And I went overboard. I spent a lot of time just making, connecting floors. They're not actually roads. They're the things that you would use for building floors in a building, but I would just connect them. And I built so many roads, and then I went back and visited the heaps, and to my delight, the waste was responding. Of course, to get some of the bonuses in the industrial heap, I think what's it called? It's called industrial cleanup, and you have to have so many regular waste, and then to get the combination of regular waste and the special waste to get the furnace. But the problem with the furnace is the furnace only lets you burn regular waste. So it doesn't give you credit for if you burn the special waste. If that was the case, then you could just go to heap to heap to heap with just your Colossus in the grinder mode. But unfortunately, it doesn't work that way. You still have to take the special waste back to the plants in your pickup truck, your Colossus in the pickup truck mode. So, but I enjoyed it on this one particular planet because I had built the roads, and then I gave up building roads because sometimes I wouldn't connect them because you would get to a place where it was even, and I thought I could remember which way to go over and just go to the other part. And I would forget where my next point is. I had some beacons that would tell me where I could find the next point, but it turns out that you can only have 5 saved beacons on a planet. But, yeah. So,
okay.
Yeah, so me running back and forth and trying to figure out where I put this one, it became a big deal. But, I'm listening to my audiobooks, and I actually had to switch over to Neuromancer because I'm in a book club, and that was the book club for March. Have you read Neuromancer by Will Gibson? It's where all the cyberpunk stuff and the Matrix and everything came from. So, being in VR and listening to that was very meta. But last Monday, I found another planet that had the waste, is frozen, and has an easier way to navigate, less bouncing. There were still holes in some places, so I still had to be aware of it. But I found 3 heaps that was close to one plant, and while I was running back and forth on that, April PVD got all the perks. So now I'm working on my other alts on April, Sebastian, and Aprillian. And so at one point, April PVD was, how you can scan for electromagnetic sources. Have you tried that?
Mm-hmm.
So I found a source, and so I decided that I wanted to build a house. Oh, well, April PVD didn't need any more waste on this planet, so she didn't need to do anything else. But she found that electromagnetic source, which means you don't have to build any solar panels, you don't have to build any batteries. But she is the only one that has the blueprint for the machinery that lets you mine that particular source. So she put it down, and then I had Aprillian join me, and she started a base there. So it's kind of interesting. I ended up creating a neighborhood on this planet for all my characters. And what I did was I put down that for Aprillian, and it's kind of weird and interesting, and it's a trial and error thing, because April PVD has a lot of the blueprints, not all of them, but she has a lot. And Aprillian and April and Sebastian have fewer, for the buildings and the what's the thing that you put the plants in and all that stuff. So I had April PVD come in and build everything. Plus she had more mats than the others. And she would put down, I finally figured out the proper way to put down, well, first of all, Aprillian went in and I know what I did. I made her base and I had Aprillian follow April PVD to the plant and then had her come in, because when you first show up at a waste plant, there's a bunch of waste there that you can immediately throw in, not the special one. But it was really funny because April PVD was at the base, or so I thought, in VR, and I was manipulating my laptop with Aprillian. But when she got to the plant, April PVD wasn't anywhere to be found, and it turned out that somehow I had turned on auto run in VR, which was crazy because I didn't even know there was an auto run in VR. So I need to do what you told me to do, which is check the key bindings so I can figure out all the stuff for the VR, because I still don't know how to scan inside my Colossus. So anyways, April PVD built a base for Aprillian, but it's kind of funny that sometimes I will build a base and then either I'm wondering, first of all, this is what I've been doing. I found a nice spot for Aprillian. Then I had her join me on the planet, join my game. So she's in another part of No Man's Sky. And so I had her join my game and put down a base, and then I would start building something around that base. Now, when she leaves my game, leaves April PVD's game, she's now back where she was before. So now she has to find a teleporter, and she can teleport back. And I've been trying to figure out the right way to make sure that all the pieces are there. Sometimes I'll come back to a place where April PVD has built and things are missing. But I think I need to bring them back in, upload the base, and then, come back a couple of times just to check. It's I don't know if it's a glitch or if there's just has to be a solid save. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Do you have two questions? Because I have an issue with a base that I'm working on or I want to work on. But if it doesn't really work, I'm going to abandon it. But I would love to start working on it properly. I put down the ground floor, like the flooring.
Mm-hmm.
But then the ground is never completely straight, right?
Right.
So you always have,
but
when
you can't remove the ground. You have to build above it because the terrain will always come back.
That is my question. So
yes.
Will the terrain always come back and cover the floor?
Yes. So you have to build up and over instead of trying to find a place that's flat.
Yeah.
You have the ability to remove terrain, but it will come back. So one of the things I've done is I've like if I have one base that I built inside of a cave, but I build without moving any ground around. Then I have another one. In fact, April PVD went ahead and built a base. She walked as far as she could from Aprillian's holding out the base thing until she could put a base, as because you have to be outside of somebody else's base. But I wanted them to be near. But she's on the side of a cliff, and the cave is open. I'll put a picture in this show notes. Actually, I think I might have already put a picture in the show notes. Let's see, it's down a little bit further. Yeah, it's like after Sunday. So I built on the side of a cliff and then built out, so you can see the shot of how the caves have all that pretty stuff and colors and stuff. So yeah, that's what you have to do, because if you build in a terrain, if you level a terrain, it will always come back. So I ended up building 3 buildings, one for April, one for Brilliant, and one for Sebastian. And they're all as far away as you can be, but they're close together. So it's my little town. And but the best part is they can, and I also built a base at some heaps, and they can all teleport to the heaps, and then they can all get to one of the 2 plants that are nearby. So it's the best case scenario. The plants aren't too far away. And I love driving now that I'm not constantly worried about, how on the original planet for the expedition, it was so bouncy. This one isn't as bouncy. And what's nice is anything you encounter, you can drive over. There are a few holes, and I have fallen in one, but it's just a really nice planet. And when each one of them, there's 3 heaps, and we can rotate through them. And as they each go back to the heap, it's respawned. So... But, I did encounter that problem with the pieces missing, but I'm finding that if I bring everybody in, go back and forth between the 2 spaces, log in, log out, and then the owner of the house then uploads it, and it seems to fix it. But I'm having fun making my little neighborhood. On Saturday, when I talked to Rigor Morty, I decided to get all of my No Man's Sky friend codes out. And so I put those in the show notes, which is at CtrlAltWow.com, which forwards from CtrlAltWow.blogspot.com. So I think I finally... Oh, and that was the other reason I got all the codes, because not all of my accounts... They're all on the family account, and I thought that would make them friends, but I just wanted to make sure that they were friends in No Man's Sky. Okay, so then I decided this new frozen world that I got is called, I renamed it PVD2. Or PVDII. It's going to be my main base. It's going to be my main city for everything. It's perfect for the waste thing, and it's perfect for everything else I want to do. So I went back to my other places and deleted all the streets I had made. It took me 4 hours. Because some of the biggest problem was some of what I had done was gone from the top of one mountain to the top of another mountain, just to avoid all that going down and going back up, because that's when I would go uphill, that was when things would fall out. Or shift. So I'd made this, but because I was up so high, I couldn't even fly up there. I had to make sure I was up there already and start deleting the flooring. And, I don't know, is there a way you can tell how many pieces you have, or how much you've used? Because I know there is a limit.
There is a limit, yeah, but I don't know if there is a way that you can that there's a UI that I don't think so. I think if I remember correctly, there was one guy, I can't remember if it was on the stream or if it was in a video, that said that he had to estimate because nothing would be worse than in the middle of a project he would run out of slots. So that suggests to me that there is no way.
So it wasn't silly of me to go back and delete all of these. And I deleted all of the bases that I had on this planet as well. And it was crazy because a couple of times I actually fell off or deleted the part I was standing on, not realizing it. And the only way I could get back up, because you can go really far out beyond your base if it's connected to another piece. But if you're on the ground, you can't build up. So I ended up having to make a base just so I could build stairs to get back to that road. But I did it, and I got everything. It was the world I had named Blueberry Hill. And I got rid of all the bases except for where I found one of those electromagnetic sources. And I left that house there because I really like the idea of a house that doesn't need anything. And then I went to when I went back to some of my bases on my other characters, there was no power. And but I think that's a glitch. That's where you have to make sure you go back, upload your base, go back, upload your base again, because I know I had done the power. In fact, and I put a picture in the show notes. I figured out, the whole thing of I don't want to use the what do you call it? The cell thing. What is that thing that you can make that you put power on? It's called the biofuel reactor. I don't want to do that because that's going to run out of power. But I just want to use enough solar panels and batteries. So if I figured out the whole thing about if you set them all up and then check, it'll tell you how much they will output, how much they will store, and how much your particular building is using. And so as long as you make sure that it's under that, then you're fine. So, but
I always use 2 panels for one battery.
Right. And then I like to, for one building, I would use 4 panels, maybe 6. But I have to give a retroactive apology to everyone whose base I visited and they were out of power. Because it looks like no matter how careful you are, there can be a glitch where somebody else can show up and there's no power.
Okay.
So, that happened. I put a screenshot in the show notes of all my bases and how they look. And I also used one of those things that hides the cords so that you don't see them running around, because I'm not very pretty about it. Some people will put them. Actually, I tried putting solar panels inside of a building, and I think it doesn't work. I'm gonna have to try that again. But
it does work. It does work.
Okay, I have to try it again because something must have gone wrong on this particular building. So I'm having fun.
I have my underwater building, my underwater base, and I put the solar panels inside the base underwater in the dark, and it works absolutely flawless.
Oh, how wonderful. And, I love solar. Now, what I'd like to do one day this week is visit your bases. So we have to figure out a time when I'm on and you're on and visit the bases. And that would be a lot of fun.
Sure.
And take some pictures and post it in the show notes. So, and I'm just loving it. And then today, I was running around with Aprillian, and if you look at the last picture in the show notes, she's in an underground cave. As she was, I had built the sidewalk between April PVD's house and Aprillian's house, and while she was walking around, she saw a hole, and she went in the hole, and there's a whole underground cave. So I went, I put in some short distance teleporters, and now she's just going to have a little fun place underground. And as long as you don't, do any moving of the terrain, it'll be there when, it'll just be a place she can go down and hang out in. And, so I'm having my Sims in No Man's Sky. And, it's nice because I'll have to go back and start working on some more quests because these guys don't have any of the quests. And I am also, looking forward to the next expedition. If, they say we're not going to probably get another one until April. The people that know how these things work. And
April is next month.
Yes, it is. So it's not that far out. But in the meantime, I'm going to be working on my my settlements and other things. I'm going to finish the whole trash thing, the industrial, what's it called? I keep forgetting that. Industrial cleanup on all my tunes. And I'm just having fun. I'm rereading for the 5th time the Hail Mary Project, and it's just so neat to be out there in space listening to somebody in space. So it's very meta. Mm-hmm. So I'm loving this. I'm loving No Man's Sky, and I'm having a blast. And anybody else want a living ship? I have a couple of extra ones. I have some other ships I can give away too, but I'm just loving this. And also, now that you have the autophage done, I want to take you to get some more Sentinel multi-tools. I have a couple of places that have the S-class ones. So
I have 2 so far, but yeah, sure.
Yeah, and they're kind of neat. And you have the weapons rack, so you can store them. And okay, yep. Excellent. All right, and that's been my week in No Man's Sky.
Very, very nice.
Yes, I'm having a blast, and I'm loving it 100%. I'm gonna check out that video about the in-game. Because I don't know if I don't think I have that tech to summon stuff, and I really need to have it because I'm playing with Exocraft and things, and it's fun. Mm-hmm. So if you want to write us at controlaltwow@gmail.com. Oh, I do want to give a shout out to Kep. I've been, and like you said, I've been looking at some of the videos about World of Warcraft, and the housing does look interesting, so We're waiting to hear from you, Kep, about your World of Warcraft housing experience. So you can write us at controlaltwow.com. You can follow us on Instagram at controlaltwow podcast. And I'm April PVD. And I want to just thank Big G for sticking with us. We love having you here. Goodbye, Big G.
Bye. It was a pleasure being on here. Even though it is early.
It is an hour early, sorry.
Yeah, it is an hour earlier, exactly. But that's only this month.
Yes, you'll catch up with us.
Yeah, catch up on the on the last weekend of the month. I'll catch up. So, yeah. And this has been Grand Nagus. Rule of acquisition number 19. Satisfaction is not guaranteed. Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.
Uh,
Technology recharge.